Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Ashley with Going Crochet. I'm here to just do a little intro. This is my first video ever and I'm really excited to share with you guys a fun little project I am doing for the month of February. This is week number 1. I'm going to take you through the week of projects I'm either frogging or finishing, and we will go day to day together. Series of frog or finish with me. Isn't that fun? And I know what my first project is going to be for day 1 of February, and it's going to be this what was supposed to be a sweater for myself that I tried making, and I'm totally gonna frog it because there is a ton of yarn in here that I can do a lot with. Wait and see what I come up with. So the reason they call it frogging is because when you pull it, it sounds like it's going rip it, rip it, rip it, like a little frog. And so that is what frogging is. And I had a little rough beginning. You could see it in my time lapse maybe, where I had a lot of seaming going on and it wasn't coming out nicely. So I had to cut some just to get through that seaming, because there was like a hood on this thing and some arms attached, and those were all separate pieces that were attached onto it. But now I'm in the big body. As you can see, there's the head hole, and I'm in this big body. So for up until about here, I should be good just to be frogging, ripping it out. And then I'll probably have, I'm saying like this whole thing should be one big roll, and then the hood will be another roll. So it's gonna take me a while to get through this, but it is what it is, and this is great. I have a project in mind. Progress. Well, this project probably wasn't the best project for me to try out for day number 1, because the frogging of it did not go very easily. I had a lot of trouble. I had to cut a lot to try to get it to work, and it didn't work. I ended up having to scrap probably 50% of what I had because it wasn't working. So I have like a bunch of random sized balls of yarn, teeny tiny. So it's really not gonna be helpful for the project I wanted to make. But that's okay. We're gonna make it work. We'll see what happens, because I am planning on making some hats. We are on day 2, and I never did show you my progress and my finished product of what I did from my frog day yesterday. I made 3 hats out of it, and I'll keep this for like another project. But these are the hats I made. So I made a gray with a white pom-pom, and then this grayish pom-pom, and then this is like a brownish pom-pom. But the stitching is kind of uneven, and I'm not happy with them. So those are the finished project from day 1, and let's move on to day 2. Hey, day number 2. I am back to pick out another project to do, to finish or to frog. Decided I'm gonna try to do projects that I can finish. So I had this doll. I mean, she's literally almost done. I just didn't like the way she was turning out when I was making her. It was for a custom order, and it was too small, and it didn't quite look the way I wanted it to look. So this is going to be my project for today. I know that there is a hand for her in here somewhere. All I have to do is finish her hand, like literally finish her arm, just make an arm and put a crown on her head, and she's done. So I don't know why I do this to myself. Oh, here's the hand. I don't know why I do this to myself. She's so close to being done. It's probably going to take me an hour max to finish her. But, you know, 3-4 months later, she's still sitting in my box. And so this is going to be my project for today. Okay, so I just finished her. I am going to bejewel her. So I'm going to be giving her some little jewels. I'm just going to glue those on because I don't know how to attach them crochet wise. So I have to go pick out those jewels. I'm actually kind of happy with her. She's not necessarily what I wanted her to be, but I still like her. And it only took me, let's see, like 30 minutes to finish her up, where I expected it to be closer to an hour. So after I bejewel her, it'll be a little bit longer, but I'm pretty happy. That was like super quick, easy project to do for day number 2, made up for day number 1, that's for sure. And she's complete. I added her little jewels, some little amethyst chips to her crown, and then that little sparkle in the center, and she is ready to be rehomed. And I actually kind of love her, even though when I was making her, I did not like her at all. And that's why I gave up on her. So I'm happy I finished her. Yay! Day number 2 in the books. We did it. Day number 3. So today, my plan is this guy. He was also part of that custom order that I did yesterday. And once again, he just was turning out too small. And I didn't want to mess around with finishing something that was too small when I needed to get this special order done. So I'm gonna finish him. He just needs some hair, some arms, some like little embellishments, and then add in the hat to him. So I think he shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna say maybe about an hour for him as well. So here we go. And he is done. He took me about an hour like I expected because I had to do sideburns, ears, hair, suspenders, and the arms. Plus I embroidered the little yellow and I made the little emblem on his hat. So he is done and ready to be sent to somewhere else if someone wants them. But that is it for today, and tomorrow I will be back for day number 4, I think. So see you guys then. Day number 4, and so far I have completed these 2 amigurimis and then 3 hats. And so I thought it'd be cute to have like a view of finished products right here. And so now I am going to pick something else out. I already know what I'm gonna pick. And it's going to be this. And this was supposed to be a dragon, and then I don't know, I just felt like it was lumpy. It wasn't turning out. It was kind of hurting my hand because it was a really big project, and it's just, I don't like the looks of it. The stitches aren't that great or anything. So I'm gonna frog this, and I know what I'm gonna do with this. And it's actually a project for my son because he has a character that he really likes right now in the books that he's been reading. And so stay tuned. Let's see what day number 4 gets us out of this frogged project. Okay, update. I have created the body of the bird that I'm making. I just need to make his legs and eyeballs, and he will be done. My son's gonna love him. And I also started, since I'm gonna have more than enough yarn, I also started, I made 2 wings, and I started another body, and this is what I have left of the previous piece, the frogging piece that I am using, and I have all kinds of stuffing from that piece that I'm reusing to create these birds. So I will update you when I am either finished or close. So I showed this to my son, and he told me that some things were off. He said the color wasn't quite right, and I should do more of a blue next time I make them, which I agree. And he also said that the eyes aren't quite right. He is very high tuned into details, and he knows the character better than me. So I'm going to take his critiques, and I am currently tearing out the eyeballs to redo them. So stay tuned to see what his eyeball is going to look like compared to mine. Still on the same day, but as you can see, it's dark outside. It took me a little bit longer to do these guys than I had planned because I was trying to get them just right. Owen suggested some changes I should make, and so I followed him, and I did do the changes in the eyeballs, which I am very happy I did because it looks much more like the character now. But I made 2 of these guys, and they're from a pigeon book. And then this is a pattern that I had the legs to match what the character looks like in the eyes, and then just the pattern on the body. And so that is what I finished for today. Hey guys, so as I showed you last night, I finished these 2 guys with that greenish color yarn. And now I'm going to be moving on to day number 5. And with day number 5, my hand is kind of killing me right now. I've been overdoing it once again, and I haven't been giving it time to rest. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and do a frog project where I don't really know what I'm going to do with the yarn after. I'm just going to do some frogging. So let's see. I am going to frog, and I actually frogged some of this project yesterday because it was one of these hands, but I needed more red for my Mario, and I was out of this red. So I used some of this red for him, and I really don't like his face. He was also a big start of a project for a custom order, and I didn't like him. He was becoming too big, and I didn't like the way he looked. So I'm gonna frog that. I'm just gonna use that yarn for another project later down the road. And also I got this project too, where I have all kinds of yarn that I can still use. I'm gonna frog the leg and this leg here. So I'm just gonna be ripping those out, rolling up that yarn for another project, and I'm also going to frog this one. So I'll do lots of frogging today since I'm not creating. Done. I ended up winding a bunch of yarn. I did end up scrapping the Mario hat and hand just because it was more work than I had planned to do. So I'm just gonna put these pieces in my cabinet with you guys while I talk to you, because I just wanted to show you that I am staying on top of things, and I am putting my items away and keeping my space nice and neat rather than just sticking it and leaving it, which I typically will do. So day number 5 is done. Not very exciting, no projects completed, but my pieces are in the cabinet and they are ready to use for next time. So if you have any suggestions on what I should use that yarn for, I'd love to hear it. Hey everyone, it is officially day number 6. And I had a nice little rest yesterday with my hand, and so I'm ready to do some crocheting again. And my next project is going to be this pelican, which I started probably a year and a half ago. And once I got to the beak and was trying to sew the beak on, I was struggling and I put it aside. I said I would do it later. I never went back to it up until about 2 months ago. And I was like, oh, that would be perfect for a craft fair. So I sewed the beak fully back on, and I went to do the rest of the project. I pulled out the directions for it and I was like, wow, there's a lot more work that is involved in this. The wings are very involved, the legs are very involved, and so I set it aside because I did not want to put the time into it at that time, because I needed a lot done in a little length of time. So now I'm going to finish him. I think he has been waiting for me, and I did pull out the yarn colors other than the white, but I did pull out the yarn colors that I need for this project. And so let's get going. So this is what the finished product is supposed to look like. And as you can see, there's a lot that goes into those wings and legs, and just a ton of detailing in the project. If you're interested, this is the book that I am using to make this guy. I have made the angler fish down on the right corner, and I have made the pirate in this book as well. And I loved both of those patterns and the finished results. So I can't wait to finish this guy. It is late, but I promised I would share progress every day with you guys. So here I am, I'm showing you my progress. I am still on day number 6, but I'm moving into day number 7, and I'm gonna be keeping on the same project for day number 7 because I have not finished it, which I had a feeling I wasn't going to because I'm consuming projects that I'm doing, that I'm finishing up. I did do 2 wings, so these are the wings. They're ready to sew on. Although it doesn't look very big and exciting, they took a lot of work. They took a lot of time, I should say. So I made these 2 wings, and these each took like an hour to make because I'm using a hook this big. You see how tiny that little hook is at the top? So it takes some time. There's like over 100 on this round alone. And then, yeah, so there's that. And I also got the feet done. So I have 2 feet that just need to be closed up, and then I'm gonna be attaching the legs tomorrow. I have to make the legs, so I have not finished the legs yet. So those are next up. So for progress for today, day number 6, this is what I have: 2 wings, 2 feet, and tomorrow I will hopefully finish this project. So stay tuned. Hey, it is officially day number 7, and I started really early this morning before the light was even out on this project while Owen was still sleeping. I got the legs finished and his little cheeks finished, and I was able, oh, and this little gray tuft on the back of his butt. So I was able to sew this on, sew the wings on, and sew his little cheeks on. And now today I'm going to close up his feet from last night that I made. I'm gonna sew his legs onto his feet and then sew his legs to his body and add his detailing, and he will be done. So day number 7 project. I just gotta finish this guy up. See you guys in a little bit. And he is done. I finished all the embellishments, sewing the legs on, making the little fish that's flopping around in his mouth, and he is complete. He does sit all on his own if you put him down, but my camera's not going to show that. And so day number 7, I have completed this guy, and I love him. And so on to day number 8. I'll see you guys tomorrow. before I close out this video, I just wanted to give a little recap of what happened. I got a lot of projects done this week. I'm really excited about that. I can't wait for next week to get started. And so just a little review. I got the 3 hats. I got the 2 dolls. I got 2 birds. And I got a pelican, a large pelican, done for this week. I'm so happy you guys came, joined in with my progress. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below if you've held on this long to this video, and let me know what you think I should be using for my scrap yarn that I pulled apart on day number 5. And yeah, guys, see you next week right here. Bye.